All right, everybody, what is going on? My neighbors are doing like lawn work or something, so if you see hear like a weird droning in the background, it might be that. Anyway, we're hopping into the 200% level 10 link showcase here for the full power Super Saiyan 3 Mega Shirtless Rosé. We got him here, level 10 links, rainbowed, everything good like that. Again, I threw some, well, I say again, in my Vegito video, I talked about how I was going to try to throw a bunch of HP equips around on a lot of these units. In the hopes that, you know, I boost the HP of the team up a little bit. So, anyway, right here, you can see my build. You know, I got 12 additional, 8 crit, you know, 15 dodge. I wanted to go mostly dodge on this guy just because this guy, before he attacks, is going to be a little bit susceptible to damage. After he attacks, he's going to be okay because he gets a lot of defense on super attack. So you can see, like, right here, he's at 236, 133, 236, 133. We do have support from Darkness Toa. Extreme class allies is who, you know, if you guys missed my Vegito video, it's like she does support 40% to all allies, but then she only gives her extra 60% buff down here to extreme class allies. I forgot that in my Vegito video. But anyway, 236, 133k defense is what we're at right here. And you can see right here, Rosé is going to get 150% on super attack, and then we're going to get an additional 30% because this guy does have 30% for one turn. So, you know, if we multiply by 2.5 for the 150 that we're going to get, and then we multiply by 1.3, this guy's going to be at about 767k defense right here after he attacks. Again, I can show you guys this right here. 767, 432 is what I'm calculating. So, again, his start of turn defense, 236, 133. Multiply by 2.5, and then we have to multiply by, right here, 1.3 for one super attack. If they got 2 super attacks, we would multiply by 1.6, and so then we'd be at, you know, close to 1 million defense with guard here. So, you know, he's pretty good. He's pretty good post-super attack. But again, I wanted to give him the dodge to kind of shore up his defense here before he actually super attacks. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get going. Broly's a pretty good linking partner for him. We have 5 out of 7 activated right here. Only thing not active is Fear and Faith, which is just key, and then, like, minus enemy defense, which is pointless, and then Godly Power, which is a good link, but not going to be super common here on the Heroes team. You can see this is the lineup that we have running right here. So Hearts is going to be giving, like, 50% support. This guy gives support. You give like 40% support, and you give support. So anyway, we're going to be running mine next to Broly right here. I'll just try to show the rotation of mine, I guess. The friend is also level 10 links. He has more of like a crit and additional build right here, which, you know, I think is fine. This guy doesn't have crit built into his passive or anything like that. So if you want to give him crit, that's fine. I don't remember exactly what his additional, I don't think he has any crit, right? He doesn't have any crits, so yeah, giving this guy crit is fine, but I figured I wanted to go dodge because there are a lot of AoE bosses now, and with this guy getting all of his defense on super attack, you know, if I want to run this guy against like Omega in the future, you know, that STR phase is going to be a little bit spooky if I don't have dodge on him. So that's just kind of what I was going for there. I didn't really sell out and go full dodge, but I didn't go super crazy with this guy's equipments either. You know, you guys can see here, I just kind of went with whatever. So maybe I should have gone a little bit more crit and a little bit less additional, but I figure those extra 30% defense raises that he's going to be getting on super attack are going to be pretty potent, so I wanted to kind of help him out there. So he starts out here at a 7.7 million attack stat. Pretty good, pretty good. We'll see if he gets an additional here or not. He doesn't. Okay, so I guess we can show Broly here. Broly is also level 10 links and rainbowed, so we can kind of have this be like a Rosé and Broly showcase. I'm going to do, like, Broly's own showcase, but it'll probably be on this exact same team. So, be prepared for this video back-to-back today, I guess. Okay, we'll cut and come back whenever my Rosé is back on rotation here. Alright, so he transformed here with Rosé. I forgot I got this guy in slot 3, and Rosé transforms on turn 5. Just on turn 5, Rosé transforms. I think that's a good transformation condition. Upon transforming, one really nice thing is now he just has his guard. It's guaranteed, which is really nice, just having that. Now, he still has the issue of he needs to super attack to get all of his defense. But yeah, so he gets 150% when attacking, and he still gets the 30% on super attack, so it's the same. Now he just, like, he launches an additional attack that's a high chance of becoming a super attack if there's an enemy who, like, includes Super Saiyan Blue, and then launches another additional attack that's a great chance of becoming a super attack. Oh, I'm sorry. So right now he launches an additional attack that's a high chance of becoming a super attack, and if there is an enemy whose name becomes, or who includes Super Saiyan Blue, he launches another additional attack that's a great chance of becoming a super attack. We're not fighting a Super Saiyan Blue enemy, so we don't have that second one, but we do have that first additional that has a high chance of becoming a super attack, so potentially he could triple super here, which again would be pretty good for his defense. We can see that he has, you know, again, 5 out of 7 links activated. We have this guy's support activated, and you guys didn't see it, but you can kind of see that we're low on HP here. Whenever Rose transforms into his full power state right here, he recovers 40% HP. And then he recovers 15% HP at the start of every turn after that. So, like, right here, oh, he might actually have gotten the 15% as well. Oh, no. Okay, so hang on. Here's what I'm talking about. So he gets 40% HP once only, and from the next turn onward, see, I was right the first time, he gets 15% at the start of each turn. So the next time we see him, he'll only heal 15%, but that is still really good. One downfall of the Heroes team, again, is the HP. You can see here we're only rocking 636,000 HP. That is not very good, if we're being completely honest right here. And we took a lot of damage last turn. Rose got super attacked by Rose last turn and took like 200k, and then we took some damage on normals, and we were just, you know, down kind of low on our HP. So you can see here that 40% HP healing really did help us, and now we're back. We're still not at full, but we're at about 85k, or 85% HP right here, which is, you know, helpful. So let's go ahead, we'll start attacking right here. Again, he can triple super, which would be really nice for us. And Hearts, I believe, is giving 50% support. I think he gives, 30% baseline, and then he gives 20% if all allies are extreme crossover. So yeah, key +1, 30% for extreme class allies, and then additional 2 key and 20% for all allies. And a median chance of stunning all enemies when all allies attacking the same turn are extreme crossover. I don't think we got the stun off. Yeah, we didn't, but we have the 50% support active here. So let's go ahead and see what Rose can do here. Again, calculating the defense is the exact same way. You multiply by 2.5, and then either 1.3, 1.6, or 1.9, or 2.2, depending on how many super attacks he does. And you can see here he's at an 11 million attack stat. There's the additional 11.7, and now we could do one more, potentially, from the hidden potential system. We do not. Okay, but this should be double digits right here, this super attack, and we just dodge it. Okay, there we go. All right, do we dodge this one, though? But this is type advantage, and we're guarding, so yeah, it doesn't even matter. And then Broly here at a 5.7. Again, we're going to do Broly's own video, but it's going to look it's probably going to be this exact same team, so maybe I'll bring the tech Broly during that video, because I guess I'll give him his own video too, but a lot of these Heroes characters you guys can see have a lot of overlap in the teams that we're going to be running, so just get kind of used to that. But yeah, you can see that Limit Breaker Broly isn't super impressive. We'll be right back, I guess, with maybe one more rotation. I mean, we've kind of seen what we needed to see right here. In that we, you know, got a rotation of normal Rose, we got full power Rose, we saw his healing, and we got kind of his best rotation right there, but I guess we'll do one more, and we'll be right back. Okay, here we go. We got another rotation here, and this one we can get all 7 links activated because we have Demigra on rotation. Now, I'm going to put Broly in slot 1 right here, and hopefully we don't die. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, Rose isn't supering in slot 1. That would be... Or really, either of them are supering in slot 1. No, okay, Zamasu's just healing. So yeah, we just gotta hope that Rose isn't super attacking in slot 1. That would be very unfortunate. I did give Broly, I think, a full dodge build, because most of these Heroes units need, like, a full dodge build to be good. Or, well, like, to survive. Well, not all of them, but most of them, it's like they already have the other stuff built in, and I'm not gonna be using them very often. I don't know, it doesn't matter. We'll talk about that in Broly's video, but yeah, I just felt like full dodge on most of these characters was good enough. So here we go, 11.48 million. Slightly less support here from what's-his-name, and our HP is lower. Now, that is kind of, I guess, one bad thing about Rose right here, is that he does have the additional 150% HP. The more HP remaining, the greater the stat boost. So that means that if you come into the turn and your HP is low, I believe that part of the passive kicks in, like, it checks your start of turn health, like, before the healing kicks in. So if you come into the turn at, like, 50% HP, this guy's stats are not going to be, you know, super great, but you know, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and cut one more time. We'll get one more rotation here, and then we will move into the breakdown. All right, I think I'll make this the last rotation right here. You know, again, not much here to talk about. Rosé is pretty solid. Again, he just needs the super attack to get pretty much all of his defense. So let's just go ahead and see what he does right here. Double digits before attacking from normals. I mean, these bosses don't hit hard or anything like that, so that's kind of expected. And then he shoots out a 12.67 million attack stat. Again, he can do 3 of these, so his defense can definitely get up to a respectable number. Now he's up to a 13. This Rosé is pretty good. His downfall is just that, you know, he needs to super attack first to get all of his defense, but then after that, he's looking pretty good. So there we go. Let me know what you guys think about full power Super Saiyan 3 Mega Peck Rosé, and let's go ahead and move into the breakdown. All right, this is evolved by Immortal Body Crimson Masked Saiyan Super Saiyan Rosé. Oh, I'm sorry. Evolved Immortal Body, Crimson Masked Saiyan, Super Saiyan 3, or Super Saiyan Rosé 3. His leader skills, Dragon Ball Heroes, Super Saiyan 3, or Transformation Boost category key, plus 3, HP attack and defense 170%, additional 30% to crossover. I'll say that this is probably weaker than Vegito's leader skill. Vegito probably has the better leader skill. It's like you can get more Transformation Boost category, or let me rephrase. Transformation Boost is probably a larger category than Full Power or I'm sorry, Grade 8 Power or Fused Fighter, but Rosé has a much harsher condition in that he needs 3 or more crossover category characters on the team. So for the most part, you're just going to be running this guy on the Heroes team. So it's like you can run him on, say, like Merge Zamasu's team. But I would say this guy definitely has like a higher restriction than Vegito, where Vegito's just like, get me around a grade 8 power ally and we're all good, you know. This guy, you know, he needs a little bit of extra help. So super attack effect, Divine Binding Light Grenade, raises attack, so he's stacking attack, and raises defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to the enemy, so that's a 30% raise for both, but I believe this is a stack, so that's pretty nice. Otherwise, it would just say, like, raises attack and defense. Like, it would say and. This, I believe, is separate, so this is a stack, I believe. And we kind of saw that, right? His numbers just kept going up and up throughout the video. Pursuit of Greater Power is his passive skill. Key 3, 180% at the start of turn. 150% when attacking. High chance of guarding all attacks. So even if you don't have this fulfilled, he does have the 50% chance to guard. But I always assume that these are a 0% chance to guard because that's how my luck is. If you guys have seen me use 23rd World Tournament Goku, you know that I just assume that, you know, this guy, like these guys are never, ever, ever guarding, right? So a little bit unfortunate, but you know. He does have guaranteed guard. If we go just down one more line, he gets additional 100% defense and guards all attacks when there are 3 or more crossover category allies on the team. This doesn't say, like, self-excluded. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it does. It does. When there are another 3 or more crossover category allies on the team. So in total, you need 4. You need him plus 3 others for a total of 4 crossover category allies on the team, which means that, you know, he has Transformation Boost in here, so maybe you can sneak in a character or 2, but for the most part, if you're running this guy as the leader, you're just running Dragon Ball Heroes, or if you're running this guy at another team, you just need to be running, like, a Heroes team. That's kind of this guy's restriction, is that he is restricted to the Heroes team. Luckily, this year, they just made it, you know, crossover. Like last year, if we look at like Hearts, right, it's Extreme Crossover, or Extreme Heroes, whatever it is. That was bad last year. But this year, it's just any crossover category allies. So if you want to use this guy on Vegito's team, that's great. You just need to make sure that you have 3 others around him. That way you get this extra 100% defense, which is going to matter. 280% defense at the start of turn. Then you get hit by that 250%, or that 150% multiplicative buff. Helps a lot, right? He launches an additional attack. There's a great chance of becoming a super attack when there is an enemy whose name includes Goku. So, you know, not a lot of high-powered Goku enemies right now. But let's say, hypothetically, the ninth anniversary is Tournament of Power themed. I could see there being a mission against like a Goku and Vegeta or something like that, or maybe like UI Goku if it is Tournament of Power themed. I would guess that like the big boss would be maybe Jiren. Like let's say, Tournament of Power Red Zone. I would say probably like the trio of dangers would be a boss, maybe like Ribrianne, Topo, Jiren, maybe like all three of the Pride Troopers, maybe just any of the Pride Troopers, and Eraza. I would say those would be like the major fights, probably, right? But maybe they could throw in like a UI Goku, or they could just release like a new event, like the Birth of the Shadow Dragons event, or something like that, where they would introduce like other fights, right? So maybe we could see fights with Goku. For many years, right, Goku was like the main enemy, right? We had the two legendary Goku events, and we had like Super Battle Road, and there's always like Goku enemies in Super Battle Road. So there for many years, right, Goku enemies were super common in Dokkan, but here recently they've been pushing Red Zone, and it's just been like the major bosses of the series and not really like Goku enemies. So we've kind of strayed from this being like a useful thing and a passive. Also, I don't like that it's a great chance when facing a Goku. I feel like if you're going to limit it to a certain type of enemy, and specifically a certain, like, character, this should just be guaranteed, right? Like, there's no need to make this a great chance. Really, there's no need for great chance to additional super attack to exist in general, but if you're going to go even further and restrict it to a specific named character, then yeah, I think this should just be guaranteed, but what do I know? And then he transforms when conditions are met, which is just turn 5. Again, very, very easy condition. Not something that we need to worry about at all. It's very, very easy to get to turn 5, so, it's pretty good. Link skills. Brutal Beatdown, Super Saiyan, Godly Power, Prepare for Battle, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. I really wish that this guy had, like, big bad bosses. Just because, it's a useful link. I don't know how often you would get it active, but, there are a few characters on Heroes that do have big bad bosses, like Hearts, for example, just bringing them up, so it would be helpful, right? Just to have that extra 25% attack and defense, but this guy doesn't really need it. I mean, we saw, like, I did those quick calcs, where after a double super, this guy was pushing, 1,000,000 defense, right? So I would say you're fine to, not have it or whatever, but it is kind of just unfortunate, right? Like, if you wanted to use this guy, like, people were like, oh, if you wanted to use him on, like, the Zamasu team, it would be really good. It's like, I don't know that you're using this guy on the Zamasu team, though, just, because he needs all the crossover category allies for this extra 100% defense and guard, so, it is what it is. He's on a couple 200% leader skills. You guys can see here again. I don't count these bottom 3, and I really don't count Kale's. But these top 4 teams are good. You just got to make sure that you're running a bunch of crossover units with him. Again, for this. This is very important. Even if you just say, oh, I'm going to rely on the 50% chance to guard, this extra 100% defense is going to be really helpful as well. So, here are his best linking partners. I don't think you're ever really going to be in a scenario where you get both of these guys, like, next to each other, but theoretically he could link with himself. But yeah, you can see here we had him linked with Broly. It's not like he has big bad bosses, so really the only links that you need to have active are like prepared for battle, because I think that's his only defensive link. The rest of these are just going to give him damage, so it's not like a huge deal. I guess that is one nice thing about this guy. Anyway, he does transform. Upon transforming, he recovers 40% HP, which is really nice. And then every turn after that, he does recover 15%. He no longer stacks attack, so now he just raises attack and defense for 1 turn. So, like, you can see, like, the difference in wording right here, right, between this and this. So yeah, this is an infinite raise, and then down here, this is just 1 turn. So he stops stacking attack, but he doesn't really need... I don't know why they had him stop stacking, but, whatever. Now he gets 200% at the start of turn. He gets 150% when attacking. And then he gets an extra 150% at the start of turn. The more HP, the greater the stat boost. So a total of like 350% at full HP. And remember that this will kick in before any healing. So if you come into the turn at like 50% HP, you're only going to have like half of this active or something. So I think it caps at like 20 or 30% or something like that. Like, it won't go any lower. But you guys get the point, right? He now has guaranteed guard. And then we already kind of talked about his additionals, right? So he has a 50% chance to be, like, he has an additional attack that's a 50% chance to be a super, and then if you're fighting a Super Saiyan Blue enemy, he has another additional that is a 70% chance to be a super attack, so pretty good. We didn't see all these active in the video, but again, there's not many fights right now where you have a Super Saiyan Blue enemy, so it is what it is. Links do not change, categories don't change, linking partners don't change, so let me know what you guys think about this Rosé. I would say his healing is really helpful, especially on this Heroes team where HP is going to be a consistent issue. This guy and Dark Mask King are going to be just like really important into making sure that you stay alive with this team. So I would say whatever you want to build this guy is good. If you want to go crit, that's fine because he already has built-in additionals. If you want to go dodge, I think that's good because, again, before he attacks, he is susceptible to damage, and there are a lot of AoE bosses right now. If you want to go additional to try to max out his defense raises, I say go for it. I really don't think that there is a bad build for this guy. I think he's pretty good. So, all these heroes characters are dupe dependent though, so if you only have this guy at 55%, just know that he's probably not going to be looking super great. But if you just want to float him around and use him as a healing battery, you can probably get some use out of him like that. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how you think this guy stacks up with the other TURs out right now. Not necessarily the EZA ones, but your typical God Goku, 23rd World Tournament Goku, Ma Junior, Limit Breaker Vegito, Super Trunks, those units, right? Let me know how you think this guy stacks up with them. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time.